Hey, what's up? It's G-Ball Vision, and today I have a new knife here to share with you, and this one is coming in from Trivisa Knives. Always an exciting time when a new Trivisa shows up. While I get this unboxed here, let me know down in the comments what you have for your EDC today. Trivisa always sends a load of different goodies with you: microfiber cloth and pouch, stickers, and you get a QC card as well to let you know that it was QC checked and passed. We have our knife here. This is going to be the Trivisa Vela. And one thing that I am pretty sure of is these are going to, whenever these are out of stock, I believe they're done running this knife here. So there's only a couple left the last time I looked on Amazon, and I believe these are completely sold out on the website. So I don't think this is a model they're going to continue running. I could be wrong about that, but from what I know, it seems like they are going to let this one run its course and then maybe bring it back at a later date in a fairly different version or different format. We are going to be looking at around $58 to $59. They have a green micarta and stonewash blade like this one here, and then they have an all blacked out version with black micarta and a black wash blade, and I know that there is limited quantities left of this knife. We have a crazy nasty modified Warncliffe blade with that stone wash finish, and that's going to be coming in 14C28N, which Trivisa does very, very well. This is a great looking knife. We have a cutout and a rear flipper here, and this is almost the forbidden combination here: the rear flipper and a crossbar lock, or a flipper at all with a crossbar lock. It is hard to pull off, and the cutout feels very, very good. The flipper tab, it works pretty good. It's weird because it is a crossbar lock, and there's only a few that really can get it right. And you see how it's because that spring in there, you have to kind of, I don't know, you have to almost push button it instead of light switching it. The light switch works, but I don't know. I'm more of a fan of the push button when it comes to the flipper tab and a crossbar lock. We are looking at a full micarta handle here over top of steel liners. Then we have a nice micarta backspacer here, and then a lower mounted steel pocket clip here with a lanyard hole to the side. That is going to be right hand carry only. Pretty big miss there that they could have ran that clip just kind of straight down and made a spot here for lefties. That would have made this a completely ambidextrous knife. Lefties, I feel for you. That stinks that, that gets overlooked very often. Now, I do know that Trivisa does a great job usually when it comes to making knives left-hand friendly. Not sure why they didn't go that route with this particular knife. This is going to be a really good size as well. Let's get a measurement on this feller. We're going to be looking at 3¼ of cutting edge, 3½ of total blade, and this is going to be coming down there right at 7 13/16. I'll put a couple of comparison knives up here. We have the Vastid Raccoon up top and the Kaiser Drop Bear here on the bottom. And you'll see the Vela is quite a bit bigger than the Drop Bear, and it's going to be a little bit larger than the Raccoon. One thing I want to bring to your attention is look at the quality of that Trivisa micarta. And it might not, it should come through. It does to me, or it looks to me like it does on camera, but you can just tell this is a little bit better quality stuff than even what Vastid is running here. It's just it depends on what you like also as far as feel and aesthetics goes. The Vastid stuff is good looking and feels good, but I think in my preferences at least, this is a little better looking and it's a little better feeling. And we have the Benchmade bug out up top and the Kaiser Militao here on the bottom. And it's going to be much larger than the bug out is, and it's going to almost be right in line with that Militao size, just a touch shorter on both ends. We'll flip this over here and get a look at this thing in the pocket, see how that pocket clip works. And good initial tension there on that ramp, and it holds good all the way up. Now, some people will really love how this is set up. I don't mind it at all, especially if this is going to be a daily user for you. I like that fact. It a little bit pokes out of the pocket here, and that's just enough and a good amount to grab a hold of the knife and pull it out of the pocket, and that's going to hold good retention there all the way out, even on our thinner cloth there. Man, what a miss for Trivisa and not making this left-hand friendly. We'll go ahead and get a weight check on the Vela here, and for that we'll need the arch nemesis, and this has some heft to it, guys. Steel liners and the micarta that's been slightly contoured, micarta backspacer. It's got some heft to it. We had 3.5 total blade. I bet they didn't go with like a, match for match. So I'm going to say this is up at like 3.8, 3.9, somewhere in that ballpark. Oh, okay. 4.1 and 116 grams. So even a little, I didn't know they'd go up closer to 4, but it's got some heft to it, and that's not a bad thing. Now we'll get some specs here on our handle thickness and our blade stock thickness and the behind the edge. We're looking at 0.53, so it's got a nice, healthy handle thickness. And we are going to be looking at 137 thousandths for the blade stock. And we'll go ahead and check our behind the edge thickness here. Try to get a good reading. And that's going to come in 19 thousandths right there with that particular hold in that particular spot. Coming down pretty thin, but let's see how this thing cuts out of the box. And for that, we'll use some thin magazine paper here, SMKW Special. This is going to be a great poker right here. I mean, you could call this a modified drop point, modified Warncliffe. Man, that's bitey, guys. That is real bitey. And that's what we want right there. We want it to be out of the box, nice and sharp. Yeah, that's going to be a great little cutter right here. Yeah. That's good. That's real good. No dragging on the paper. That's exactly what we want to see. Even when I put it in an awkward spot, it's still wanting to cut. Very good. That's what we want to see, and 14C can take a razor edge. We'll go ahead and run a couple of checks on this thing here. We are perfectly centered up. There's not going to be any detent lash because there is no detent. As I said, this cutout feels fantastic for the deployment. Nice and snappy. The rear flipper, it takes a little bit to get used to because it is that crossbar lock, but it does work. It's not the most I don't know, it's not the most exciting deployment, but if you get on it, it'll work good. I commend them for giving it a try and half pulling it off. So let's go ahead and we'll see how that crossbar lock is done internally there. Everything is uncoated. We have a raw finish, so everything should be very good. Crossbar locks are, they're very reliable, very dependable for a EDC folding knife. Let's go ahead and give this thing a couple of love taps out towards the tip there. Just a couple of lighter ones to get us going here. Little triple tap there. Check it. Very good. That is exactly what we want to see. Now, we'll run this thing through a couple of checks. Good spring in there. Good spring. Any movement develop? Nope. Feels good. Feels locked up real good. Maybe a tiny bit of wiggle, but I think it had that, crossbar locks. They have a little tiny bit sometimes, and that is nothing to worry about. That's just how it goes with a crossbar lock. But if done properly, a crossbar lock can be very reliable, and Trivisa is one of them companies I really appreciate. They do all their own designs, they do all their OEM work, and it's something to appreciate. They're not trying to do what anyone else is doing. At least it doesn't feel that way. It's never felt that way. It's always felt like they're doing their own thing, and that's just something I really appreciate. If this is a knife that you think, you might be interested in, like I said at the beginning, I think that when these are gone, they are going to be gone. And from what I remember, guys, there was like maybe 8 or 10 left total between the green and the black. So there are some still out there, but they'll probably be gone sooner rather than later. You'll have to let me know. What do you think of the Trivisa Vela? Love hearing from you guys on these knives. I'll have it linked down below in the description and in the pinned comment. Don't forget to share this video and stab the thumbs up for me. That helps push the video out there to much and many more people. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy knife and EDC content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release daily videos just like this. Go ahead and check out the next video popping up on your screen because you'll enjoy that one too. Catch you on the next one.